It's 6:42 a.m. in London. Your alarm goes off. You reach for your phone. No signal. Wi-Fi dead. News apps frozen. Banking app won't load. Then the emergency alert flashes across your screen. The United Kingdom is now engaged in armed conflict under NATO Article 5. RAF jets roar overhead. The pound crashes within minutes, and the Prime Minister appears on television looking unusually pale. This is not a film. This is World War III. And the uncomfortable question is not whether Britain would fight. It's this: would the United Kingdom survive it? Intro transition. The UK once ruled a quarter of the world. The empire with the sun never set. But in 2026, Britain is not an empire. It is a mid-sized nuclear power, heavily dependent on global trade, digital systems, and NATO alliances. Modern war would not look like 1940. It would be nuclear, cyber, economic, psychological. So let's break it down calmly and strategically. No fantasy, no panic. Just reality. How World War III most likely begins. World War III would not start with tanks rolling into London. It would begin in a flashpoint. 3 realistic triggers. Russia directly attacking a NATO country. China invading Taiwan and NATO intervening. A Middle East escalation pulling in major powers. The UK is a core NATO member. Under Article 5, if Poland, Estonia, Latvia, or Lithuania are attacked, Britain is automatically involved. No referendum. No delay. No neutrality. That is the commitment Britain signed. So if escalation happens in Eastern Europe, the UK enters within hours. The UK military, strong or stretched? Let's be honest. The British armed forces today are much smaller than during the Cold War. Approximate figures: around 150,000 active personnel, 2 operational aircraft carriers, advanced but limited air fleet, highly capable special forces, nuclear deterrent via Trident submarines. Britain's true strength is not numbers. It is intelligence superiority, technological coordination, naval capability, nuclear deterrence, NATO integration. Alone, Britain cannot fight Russia or China at scale. Within NATO, it becomes part of the most powerful military alliance in history. The UK's survival depends on alliance cohesion. If NATO fractures, Britain becomes exposed. Would the UK be nuclear targeted? This is where things turn serious. Yes. If a NATO-Russia war escalates to nuclear exchange, Britain is a priority target. Why? It hosts nuclear submarines at Faslane. It houses US military assets. London is a global financial center. RAF bases are strategically critical. A single modern nuclear warhead on London could cause hundreds of thousands of immediate deaths. Infrastructure collapse, permanent economic devastation, long-term radiation zones. But here's the paradox. Nuclear weapons exist to prevent nuclear war. Mutual assured destruction means if Russia launches on Britain, NATO responds. If NATO responds, Russia faces annihilation, which is why nuclear war remains unlikely, not impossible, but irrational for all sides. And most leaders understand that. Economic collapse, the real battlefield. Even without nukes, the UK economy would be hit brutally. Britain imports large percentages of food, energy, industrial materials. Global shipping disruption would cause fuel shortages, food price spikes, supply chain breakdown. The pound could crash sharply. The FTSE could collapse within days. Bank withdrawals might be restricted. Inflation could spike into double digits rapidly. London's financial dominance would weaken instantly. War in 2026 is not just about territory. It's about economic endurance, and Britain's economy is deeply interconnected globally, which makes it powerful and vulnerable. Cyber warfare, the invisible front line. This is where modern war becomes frightening. Russia and China both possess advanced cyber warfare units. Potential UK targets: national grid, NHS systems, banking infrastructure, government communications, media networks. Imagine ATMs not working, card payments failing, power cuts in major cities, hospitals losing digital systems. No bombs, but panic spreads faster than missiles. Cyber warfare could begin weeks before official war, and most citizens wouldn't even realize it. Daily life in the UK during WW3. Would there be conscription? Currently, Britain has no mandatory service. But under emergency war powers, conscription could return. Likely changes: fuel rationing, travel restrictions, blackouts, increased surveillance, media control, emergency economic controls. Socially, two outcomes are possible: unity, similar to the Blitz spirit, or division, panic, misinformation, political unrest. Leadership would determine which path dominates: Scotland, Northern Ireland, and internal pressure. War would also stress internal UK politics. Scottish independence debates could intensify. Northern Ireland tensions could resurface under instability. War exposes fractures, and Britain does have political fault lines. A strong central government response would be critical. The most realistic version of World War III. Forget Hollywood apocalypse. The most likely scenarios: proxy wars, economic sanctions, cyber attacks, limited conventional clashes, political destabilization, a cold-hot hybrid war, long, draining, economically painful, but not total nuclear destruction. Total nuclear exchange remains the least likely scenario because it guarantees global suicide. Even aggressive regimes understand survival. Can the UK survive? Yes, but not comfortably. Britain survives if NATO stays united. Nuclear deterrence holds. The economy adapts. Leadership remains stable. The UK is no longer an empire, but it is still a nuclear state, a financial power, a diplomatic influencer, a core NATO member. Its strength lies not in domination, but in networks, emotional closing, slow build. World War III would not be black and white. It would not feel heroic. It would feel uncertain, confusing, digital, psychological. For the United Kingdom, survival would depend less on weapons and more on wisdom. Because in a nuclear world, victory means avoiding annihilation. And history shows that great powers don't collapse overnight. They collapse when they miscalculate. In a world armed with nuclear weapons, miscalculation is the most dangerous weapon of all. Subscribe. Ending. If you want more deep geopolitical breakdowns without fear-mongering and without propaganda, subscribe to this channel. We don't chase noise, we analyze power.